kicking out all bums. Don't bring that weak shit in here.
4, 3, 2, kick it.
Yo, Chico, expose these clowns.
Welcome, welcome. Whoa. It's a little loud. Appreciate everybody in the room. Bear with me 1 second. Fighting off some stuff here. Jackson's in the building already. I see you. Bear with me 1 second. YouTube was fighting me. So I had to bring it down, bring it down. Mutt, what's going on? Appreciate you, man. We may push our thing back because we got something going on within another chapter the weekend after, so maybe you can join us for that. Keita, welcome, welcome. Well, let me start the timer. You know what time it is Rep Your City. Let everybody know where you're coming, even though I know where you checking in from. Let the people know where you're checking in from. Let me start this timer. Chillin' Jackson. Appreciate you coming in from College Park, Chicago via College Park. Yeah, might have a hot topic come Friday. Due to a couple of conversations I've had and some of the stuff I've seen on Facebook recently, due to this Minnesota situation. Oxford, Alabama's in the building. I see you. What's going on, Lizandra? I see you over there. Let's see if we can get the people in the room. But you know, Mondays are religious topics. So I will let y'all know what the topic is as soon as we are done with the Rep Your City part. Taz, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming in. Rep Your City. Mookie G, what's going on? Hello, hello, hello. Deny, what's going on, young man? Um, Chilling, Mookie. So I did some digging and had a question for clarification. One of those I read, but simply needed broken down. Hey, that's what I'm here for, and I will have some pastors on and some Bible scholars as well um, to address that. Um, so, and I'm no rookie to the game either, so I will be giving my input as well. But I also have questions too. Um, I don't think anybody is an expert, and we can glean from each other. Matter of fact, let me make sure I get all my Bible scholars as well as pastors that I know. Make sure they have the opportunity to join us tonight. There he is. You said ATL in the building. I see you, Lizandra. Fatville, USA. There's no such thing. You know what I'm saying? Just because you had a couple zebra cakes today doesn't mean you come from Fatville, Mookie G. Mm-mm. But you know, Wednesdays are a relationship topic, so if you have a relationship question topic, dilemma, all that good stuff, that's when you want to bring it, and I'll schedule it for Wednesday, and we will tackle it. What's going on, Bruce? Welcome, welcome. Y'all do me a favor, invite one person, let them know we're on, and we're gonna be talking about a religious topic on Monday. So anybody, whether you think they are um, a veteran in the word or a newbie, you know, invite them. All are welcome, except dummies. Dummies are not welcome. I'm not talking people lacking knowledge. I'm talking people that are like mentally or willfully dense. You know, they like being dumb. Those are not welcome. Welcome, David. Rep your city. You got 20 more seconds. Henry County. I'm talking like McDonough. You know, Locust Grove. Um, what's the other one? Hampton. I think Hampton is Henry County. Um, Stockbridge, yeah. Stockbridge. Um, I forget the name of that road. It's a huge road. Right there by Piedmont Henry. Oh, time is up. I don't know why I thought 20 seconds was longer than that. But time to get to the topic. Here we go. All right. Today is Ask a Pastor or Bible Scholar. Um, Clarification on scriptures that you may have been puzzled by. All that good stuff. And I'm sorry, before we get into that, you know, I always got to give a shout out to my supporters. Um, Starting from the top, D. Smalls, Sonny, Walter, Stroud, my parents, Jose, David, Aishan, Lazandra, and Shani, who just got her hoodie and face mask today. And she was repping it today hard. Appreciate y'all. There's people that say they support, and there's people that actually support. I appreciate you guys. And I plan on, you know, improving as I go along in this thing. And then for those who have not, I would ask that you go to the FreddyChicoShow.com and register as a member, and also check out my shop and support your boy. Don't beat around the bush. You know, let's do it. Okay, we're getting right into it. Mutt's the first one. He said, Genesis 14:18 through 20. He said, I need an explanation of who Melchizedek was. I know in the verbiage it says he was a priest to the Most High God. I need this broken down in terms I can better understand. Got you. He said, slaves obey your master. Bruce, got you as well. I'm going to wait for some of my pastor buddies to come on in, and we'll see if we can get those answered. Good stuff. Always try to learn something. You're never too big to learn. You're never too small to teach. Tap, what's going on? We're talking about Ask a Passer. One is on his way. How about the book of Enoch not in the Bible? Okay. Let's see who else I can think of. Let's see if he would come in. What else am I missing? I know a lot of Bible scholars. Oh, Bishop Wade. I forgot about him. Hold on. Let me get him in here. Wait a minute. Oh, there he is. No, I don't still. I thought I had him on here. Alrighty. Gotcha. Welcome, William Roberts. Appreciate you. Because I'm going to look at it right now, too. You said 18 through 20. As we're waiting, you said Genesis 14, 18 to 20. The Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought out bread and wine. He was a priest of the God Most High. And he blessed Abram, saying, Blessed be Abram by God Most High, creator of the heaven and earth. And praise be to the God Most High who delivered your enemies into your hands. Okay. Good question. That's pretty much it. You said you believe there's. You said what about Adam's first wife? So you saying he had two wives? And Eve wasn't his first wife? First wife, only wife. Let's say they talk about the book of Enoch. Talks about something about watchers, the book of the watchers, and of the angels that fell, that became giants, supposedly. There he is. Hey, Pastor. We got some heavy questions already ready for you. I'll start with the first one. Um, Someone asked who Melchizedek was in Genesis 14, verse 18 through 20. Um, um, if you can elaborate on who that person was. And welcome, my daughter. Welcome, Walter. um, Nah, he's just going to be in the chat. But he is available actually, and Walter's a pastor as well. Um, Anaheim, California. Okay, he's in Anaheim today. Um, but I am pretty sure he is typing his response as we speak. Trump is sick in the military and the public. Okay, another day for that, but gotcha. Appreciate that, sir. We're doing ask a pastor, um, biblical questions, whether it's scripture that you are unclear about. I have questions on. Welcome, Franklin. We are asking pastors this evening questions that we may have on scriptures that need clarification. Mondays are religious topics day, so this was my brainstorm on being able to um, bring understanding. Sometimes people can be turned off by lack of understanding and never ask the question. I'm trying to bridge that gap. Tony the Storm, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. And I see you haven't come to my store yet, Bruce. What's going on, man? You've been one of my avid supporters from the beginning, from Jump Street. It's like a tabloid of scripture, kind of like the Book of Mormon. That is the short answer. Talking about the Book of Enoch, maybe. Um, you said Trump is a coward, hoping you're good, brother. Gotcha. Um, I know very little about this Book of Enoch. Um, when I started googling it or whatever, there were some things that I've heard before, but I will be lying to say I know anything in detail about that. Gotta get this camera right though. It's like I'm a little off. Okay, that's better. Okay, he said Melchizedek was, in addition to being a king, was considered a priest, which is why Abraham paid tribute to him. Therefore, the tribute is referenced as being given before the law was given. He said it was found biblical scholars, both linguistic and historic, to have too many consistencies. Not just the Book of Enoch, but the apocryphal texts as well. Yeah, that's what he was asking was why the book was removed. Jackson, he said, wasn't the Book of Enoch removed originally from the Bible? Um, Mutt, did that answer your question on who Melchizedek was? Okay, cool, cool. I'm glad. He said that's why theologians will always reference this passage when Jesus was questioned about whether or not tribute should be paid unto Caesar, and his response was, "Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and render unto God what is God's." What's going on, Freddie? Army brother from a long time ago, Fort Bragg, no kakalaki. Appreciate you in the room. We're doing Ask a Pastor today. So if you have a question, maybe a scripture, process, maybe something that's, within the church operation that you have a question about, today's that day. Man, appreciate you coming in here. If you haven't already, do me a favor, register on the FreddyChicoShow.com, and also go to the shop and support your boy. I got shirts, hats, face mask. I got hoodies, jackets, all that. He said, by the way, I think we may need to address the president's response as well. Okay, because I have not been up to date. I know I've seen some stuff in passing about, Walter said something about, some type of military response. But, a lot of these people were like, oh, what could it hurt to vote for this clown into office? This is what could hurt. But that's up to you, Pastor, if you want to do that. So you said, Freddie, you have a question. What's good? Well, actually, no. Before we get to Freddie's question, I want to talk about. I think did we finish addressing Bruce's question about the Book of Enoch? I know somebody was trying to answer it a little bit. Walter was trying to answer it. Did you get your question answered, Bruce? Don't want to, see, y'all got my pastor sounding like Johnny Gill over here talking about some my. My. There he is. Hey, Bruce, did we get your question answered? You said, why do people take Matthew 7:1 way out of context? Phones are giving me problems. Matthew 7. Oh, yeah. Do not judge or you too will be judged. Yeah. That's for people that just don't want to be accountable for their actions. So they try to Okay, got you. You said Walter answered it correctly. Got you. Yeah, Jackson. Bruce had asked it before you. I don't know if you saw when he said it, but yeah, I mean, you kind of mimicked the same question that he did. But both of y'all are on the same page, I guess. Both of y'all are on the same thinking. um, but yeah, to take 7:1 out of context because you don't want anybody to hold you accountable, you'll say, "Judge not, lest ye be judged." Because the assumption is you think everybody else is so foul that they're not ready to be judged, so they'll not judge you. But that doesn't apply to everybody. If I am holding you accountable, I should hold myself accountable. Okay. Now I've heard that in like vampire movies. He said I believe Adam's first wife's name was Lilith, but not according to the scripture I've read. So and if that was in the another book or what have you. Um, you see, you cannot read Matthew 7:1 without looking at Matthew 7:3. And 7:3 says, "Why do you look at a speck, of sawdust in your brother's eye and not pay no attention to the plank in your own eye?" Um, right, because 2 does say that where you measure, it will be measured onto you. Um, in my opinion, when people want to say "don't judge," is typically because they're being chastised for something that they're doing. And then anything that you say critical is called judging, versus how is I believe in saying is like, look, don't look at yourself as better than the next person, knowing you got your own faults too. Because if you look at that person as less, guess what? Somebody else is going to look at you as less. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's more applicable than the way Walter was saying that people try to take it out of context. Um, so I always wondered why 4 Gospels doesn't agree with each other when Jesus rose. One Gospel says the stone was rolled away. One said somebody was sitting on the stone. Another says Mary and a bunch of people were there. One said dead people were coming out of their grave, which would not be missed by anyone. I always had that in the back of my head. I also wondered if Jesus was a Jew, then how we become Christians if our father was a Jew. Why aren't we Jews like Jesus? Okay. Um, Freddie asks, here's your question. Why do black people adhere to Christianity when the people whom introduced them do not? In the Bible, it referenced being good to masters. Is it assumed that before? I know somebody was saying something about that too, as far as slaves to a master kind of thing that's in Scripture. Is it assumed that before being stolen and forced into slavery, we were without spirituality? God didn't favor us. We are now aware that in order for Jesus to exist in Scripture, he would have had to have been from Africa. Things don't add up. The celebration of Esther and Winter Solace. Okay. Is there any reference for this? The LGBT says the scriptures on it don't apply to monogamous gay relationships. How do they draw such a conclusion? Yeah, you're going to have to ask them for that. He said, here you go. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of it. I think I can answer the one for Freddie as far as the adherent, because I actually have a question, a puzzling question as far as scripture that I have read. And somebody brought this to my attention. So it's not something that I just, ran across myself. And I was like, that is interesting. So let me get that out. Yes, Exodus 4, 6, and 7. And I think this will address what's going on, Jose. Yeah, but we just want to remember that Jesus was not just talking about judgment; he was speaking about hypocrisy. Exactly. Um, to answer Freddie's question first, um, if you look at Exodus 4, verse 6 and 7, it says, "Then the Lord said, 'Put your hand inside your cloak.' So Moses put his hand into his cloak, and when he took it out, the skin was leprous. It had become white as snow." 7 says, "Now put it back in your cloak," he said. So Moses put his hand back in his cloak, and when he took it out, it was restored like the rest of his flesh. So if his flesh turned white, what was it before? Because it would have to contrast. So if it wasn't white before, guess what? I'll let y'all. I'll let y'all fill in the blanks. DeWitt, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. We've been bamboozled, run amok, led astray. Yeah. But as far as Franklin's question, I don't know how they have so many different accounts, and it's not like other than they say different personalities, they picked up different things. That some of the things should be glaring on everyone's account or record if they're all witness the same thing. Um, but that's just my speculation on that, Franklin. Where you heading to, DeWitt? Oh, while we do that, I'm gonna have to do my commercial break here real quick. Hold on 1 second.
We knocking out all bums. Don't bring that weak shit in here.
4, 3, 2, kick it.
Yo, Chico, expose these clowns.
Y'all didn't even hear that. All day, every day, twice on Sunday. I'm just saying. Massachusetts. Woo! Be careful, man. Be careful on that road. He said, yes, Moses was black. He even had a wife that was Ethiopian, too. Okay. But when they play him in church or whatever, usually it's a Brad Pitt looking dude, so, you know. Not accurate. Four people can see the same paint differently. Also, Jews were mostly dark-skinned at the time, so a lot of us are Jew descent. Most Jews are today are mostly European because those nations took over Jerusalem. Okay. Yeah, you know. But I think some of y'all know more than me when it comes to the current events. You know, I saw somebody saying something about he's threatening to declare martial law and all other kind of foolishness. You got one more year, and you really trying to amp it up before they get you up out of there. I mean, I don't understand how Republicans even defend him at this point. Um, it's the same account, but minor details are different. Often happens in police questioning as well. Yeah, definitely know of situations where it's like, how did y'all see the same thing that different? You know, yeah, it's possible. Civil unrest. You said the Insurrection Act will allow him to deploy military to stop civil unrest. Got you. Um, yeah, and I mean, as much as I can understand why people are angry, you're just feeding right into the hands of racist, white people by doing what y'all are doing. You know, and some of the live feeds that I've seen on Facebook was like, oh my gosh, how dumb can you be? Like, this is not representing intelligence well. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a whole lot of white people out there looting and and causing disturbance too. They're just not being, shown on TV, or it's very sparingly they're getting shown. He said that's not martial law. Okay. The synoptic gospels do show different perspectives of the story. John is held apart. They saw it from different perspectives, and they also were written at different times by the authors. Um, got you. Dap, what's going on? Another Bible scholar in the building. Deacons in the building. Um, because it said it needs to stop. Jose is like, because too often than not, they look at that and they want to look at me and say, why didn't you tell Tyrone to stop? I don't know Tyrone. Like, come on now. Why didn't you tell, Chauvin to stop? Oh, you don't know Chauvin? All right, then shut up. DL, what's going on? Come on, another Bible scholar in the building. We have Ask a Pastor a question. If you have a question, need clarification on a scripture, today is the day. We got about 20 more minutes to do that. He said Catholicism started in Europe and ripped off original Christianity. Okay, during that era when Moses was taken into the Pharaoh's wife, in by the Pharaoh's wife, the land of Egypt was occupied by brown complexion people, not entirely Arab, but Central and West African descent. Our history books hide this. That does not surprise me. Um, there's supposedly rumors that there is paintings and sculptures that are supposed to be African in nature that the Catholic Church is hiding in, basements and things like that, so no one can see that their fake Jesus is a painting by Michelangelo. Um, the president is reaching back to an 1807 president to have an excuse to bring the military onto the streets of the states to give order. Got you. Which, like I said, I think that's a part of their plan too. Is like, let's cause unrest in these places so that we can, send the military, or give reason to send the military. Like they're catching police actually in disguise, destroying and lighting things up, just to say, oh, we need to get some people over here and send the military. What's going on, Derek? What's going on, Reggie? Appreciate y'all coming in here. We're asking a pastor or Bible scholar today on scriptures and things that you may need clarification on. Okay, all right. We got our government scholars over here. We got Jose and Mutt talking about the guard is activated by the governors, Title 32, and they're also going to be activated by the president, Title 10. Gotcha. So when I have a government question or policy, I'm going to call Mutt. I'm like, yo, check this out. I'm going to call Jose. You know, appreciate the info. Excuse me, excuse me. Yeah, trying to stay safe. I haven't been out. Well, we went out to Noonan today for a little bit, but yeah, I haven't been watching the news today anyway. Um, So I heard Michelangelo was told to change the family because it didn't represent the so-called family because they were of African descent. That doesn't surprise me. Why does Yeshua call himself the I am in the book of John, but the voice in the bush in the Old Testament uses I am? Okay. Welcome, Gerald Yancey. What's going on? He said, yes, we take a desperate oath. Wait, yeah. But doesn't that have to be at the request of the governor? Okay. Yes, we take a desperate oath to obey the orders of the governor. Oh yeah, that's right. You guard too. Um, I know my boy got activated. Oh, separate. You take a separate oath to obey the orders of the governor. I was like, desperate? I don't think that's what he meant, but like, okay, desperate. All right. Um, that's true. All pictures of Jesus and Mary were made European in appearance. You know, in London, people there acknowledged Jesus was black. Luxurious is in the building. What's going on? I got Ask a Pastor. You know, if you have a question you want to ask about scripture, you know, clarification, here's your time. You got about 13 minutes left. You full time guard? Okay. Got you. I didn't know you was a weekend warrior. You know, I'm just saying, but I needed some clarification on your statement. That's all. That's all. um, but yeah. Like I said, if y'all haven't already, please do me a favor. Go over there to the FreddyChicoShow.com, register as a member. I am working on a benefits package for members, so you will have incentives and things like that, exclusive content, and also, you know, possible discounts for items in the shop. So that is a work in progress. Check it out. Show your boys some support, and I definitely will acknowledge you. And also probably have levels of membership as well. To because one of the things that I'm shooting for is like only members will be able to come live when we do the dual show, like you've seen I've done in the past. But kind of make that exclusive for members and for certain level members. You said you did warrant school at Rucker with active duty. Okay, how long was warrant school? Um, so you got a couple months active duty pay. Trump is a punk who has tear gas fired. Who has tear gas fired during the speech? Um, yeah, I don't know. You know, I was like, I don't know what else he's got to do to be um, proven a tyrant or dictator or all the good stuff that he loved to throw at third world countries. You know, how is he any different? Don't know. I mean, because even they try to hide it better than he is. You know, 5 weeks. Okay, so you got about a month and a week of active duty pay. That's a pretty good deal. That's a pretty good deal. Basically 1 month to get through warrant school, or was it like typical military schools? It's 1 month, but it's actually like 2.5 months packed in there. You know what I mean? You do a lot of work in that 1 month. You say, I appreciate that, Pastor. Talking about exactly. Um, or you co-signing Walter. Total of 4 years with deployments. Yeah, I don't wish that on nobody. You know, especially with when you're finding out why we're deploying to places we have no business being, it's like I don't wish that on nobody. You know, like we still are making Vietnam mistakes. Like we have no business being in these places, but they keep sending us to die. You know, for the rich man's pocket. Um, he said drinking from a fire hydrant. Yeah, they love to try to compact everything in. You're like, it's supposed to take a year. All right, we'll do it 6 months. Okay. Okay, appreciate that, Pastor. Um, that definitely have to keep everyone lifted in prayer. You know, granted, you know, I know sometimes people say, I'm going to pray for you, and it's really just an insult because you know somebody doing really wrong. It's like, I got to pray for him. You know, got to pray for the retard in office and pray genuinely that, you know, his heart is pricked and he wakes up or he has a coming to Jesus moment. Absolutely, I understand that. You know, I wasn't that politically correct when I was in, but I can understand. You know, so respect. You say much love and respect. Um, yeah, keep your head down, keep your head on a swivel. You know, I mean that mutt. The evil seeds of corruption by denying political powers. Um, Um, yeah, because I'm still fighting VA now to get my stuff taken care of, and you know they're probably watching this show like, what can I get out of this show? Um, but it's either that or go to them PTSD counseling meetings where it's like they trying to make you, you know, lose it. You know, it's like this is not going in the right direction. You know, are you asking to get choked out? Okay, I gotta go. I gotta go. Because these questions are getting on my last nerve, you know. For sure, for sure. You know, like I said, I could show you better than I could tell you. You know, you will, I want to say, you know, everyone's arrogant. You never find a person like me. But there are, Victoria, welcome, welcome. There are many people out here that talk a good game, but when it's time to show, they wilt like wet paper. That ain't me. You know, am I still breathing? You're gonna get the real from me. Absolutely, Jackson. They will get the truth here. You know, if your breath is funky, I'm gonna let you know you need to get a couple breath mints. Maybe swallow the whole bottle of Listerine, but you need something. I ain't gonna be like, it smells sweet. Nah, nah. Um, he said, I think Jackson may be speaking of the apparent direction of the administration. Got you. On a serious note, call me if you need an ear. I mean, hey, I appreciate that because sometimes that's all I need. It's just all people need is like you may not have an answer, but just to be able to vent to somebody who can relate. Because venting to everybody is not the same thing. When you have somebody who's been to basic, been to jump school, been to AIT, dealt with military situations, they can say, "Yeah, I remember that too," or "That I remember somebody else doing happened that to somebody else," and you know they can relate. You know, so I appreciate that, and I extend that back to you. You know, you have my number as well, so let me know. Because I kind of hope that it's a lie when they say 22 veterans commit suicide every day. But even if it's half that, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's a problem. You know. It's chopping again. Appreciate that. Hold on. Hello. Yeah. I don't know why. Hello. I think that's good. Y'all let me know if the sound is good now. Big Derek. Um, because even when I told people about this whole situation where I've had issues in my own neighborhood because this is a Republican state and I had to deal with an individual that thinks that I should be okay with disrespecting my color because I came to a county for better schools and it's predominantly white. Um, I'm not okay with that. And when my neighbors who came to my, I would say, consolation, they were like, yo, I'm sorry that happened to you. It sucks. I wish people weren't like that. I wish there was something else I could do. And I was like, actually, that's pretty good what you did just now. Just being able to say, that's screwed up right there. I wish people wouldn't do that. Instead of being like some of these fake pretend non-racists who sit there all day long, say they're not racist, but can't see the problem of what happened in Minnesota. Can't see the problem of what happened in Brunswick, Georgia. But with a smile on your face all day long like, hey, but I love you. You know what I mean? Peter, what's going on? Top shelf in the building. But absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Like I said, I don't sell wolf tickets, so if I said it, I meant it. A lot of times people Ghost is in the building. What's going on, sir? What's going on? About to shut it down. Appreciate you coming in here. Do me a favor. Register as a member on my website, thefreddychicoshow.com. And you'll be given access to member-exclusive content and discounts and things like that. We're still working on it, but in preparation, letting you know what's going down the pipeline as what I'm going to have in the future. But I appreciate everybody that's been on. I appreciate Pastor Brown of Tabernacle of Worship. If y'all are, shut in from your churches and you do not have a live feature, check out Tabernacle of Worship. We are still live Sunday, 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. You will get the word. You will get the truth. And I don't sugarcoat things. And I don't, make up stuff. If I said it, I mean it. You're welcome. Hopefully, I will see you guys at a future service. Appreciate that, man. I know you're working hard out there. You're one of my brothers out there that's been activated over this foolishness. Glad you're home in one piece. You said these people are posers and have hidden agendas. You say, yeah, these brothers were marching with the K and neo-Nazis. But he took the time to answer some of your questions, and we may have this in the future. Maybe once a month kind of thing. So if you have a question, like I said, if you don't want to know the answer, don't ask the question. But I think we give an opportunity for people who are new to Christ, new to the Word, who may have been reading the Word for years and just never really had the nerve to ask. Trump has exposed a lot of people that would not have opened their mouth, but they feel they're very comfortable now to say some crazy things. And I'm not perfect by no means, but racists will be very uncomfortable around me, and some have found out recently. Man haters will be very uncomfortable around me. So a lot of times it's not even so much like I don't like the actual racist or the man hater. It's the people that are around that one that make it so comfortable for him. It's like, you're not going to stand next to me and say the craziness that you say, because it's going to be very uncomfortable. And I can show you better than I can tell you. Understand that. It doesn't seem like it. Yeah, because you have your days, Walter. But yes, you are a pastor. Respect, Pastor Walter, Pastor Brown. I know my boy Reverend West should have been here. I know Peter is a Bible scholar himself. Deacon Graves was in the building earlier. Hatwood is a Bible scholar. Mr. DL. Yeah, that's true. So you got your popcorn and whiskey, enjoying watching the first become the last and last become first. We'll see. We will see. Yep. Co-signing what Walter said. Appreciate you. We may have this in the future as well. I like this turnout and the responses. Yeah, spell check is whooping your behind with your desperate and separate and all that good stuff. Hey, you got some people you got to work on over there, Pastor Walter. But that's why they're no longer on the show, because it made it very uncomfortable for them, because they arrogantly think that they could mask their racism or their racist nature. Nah, not happening. Yeah, I was trying to say that. I should have closed the thing off before you got around to saying that. These young bucks, millennials. But like I've always said, you don't have to think like me, but you do have to think. You're never too big to learn. You're never too small to teach. We are at this Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Monday is relationship topics. Monday is religious topics. Wednesday is relationship topics. And Friday is no holds barred. Like I said, I will offer members the ability to come live with me, and you'll be able to, I won't say see yourself, but also be able to speak. Sometimes you can't get your message across in text, so I do offer that option for my members if they so desire that feature. But other than that, I guess I have to get current with all what's going on and check the news. And I will see you guys Wednesday, 8 p.m. with a relationship topic. Dang it, it's dropping again. Hello. Hello. Is it still chopping? Let me know. It doesn't sound it on this end. Okay, cool. Ooh. All right. Yeah, sometimes it gets like that. I'm like, maybe when the money is right, I'm gonna have like a soundproof studio, so it may not pick up that, I guess. But I will have a relationship topic come Wednesday. Let me know what y'all want to talk about, and I'll put it on the calendar. Thank you all. Love y'all. There's nothing y'all can do about it. Freddy Chico, and I'm out.
We knocking out all bums. Don't bring that weak shit in here.
4, 3, 2, kick it.
Yo, Chico, expose these clowns.